All right, what's going on, people? We back with the Barros Report. Today we're going to talk about this load management training camp thing. To me, it all starts with the training camp. There's been so many injuries. Stars have been hurt. I got a list here like, let's go Steph Curry, John Morant, Giannis, SGA, Tatum, Halliburton, Dame, Kyrie, AD, LeBron has missed time, Luka's missed time. A couple of other players have missed some time, and SGA still is out for another couple of weeks. He's not just hurt, he's out for another couple of weeks. So he's missed already a couple of weeks. So I take this back to training camp. All right, let's go back and tell you how training camp was. Yeah, I'm going to go back to when I played and when the training camp was. All right, so training camp would start like October 1st. First game was like October 31st. So we had a full month of training camp. For the first 10 days, we went two-a-days. Full two-a-day practices. 10 to 12:30, all out. Tape, hard, 100%. 7 to 9:30, all out. Tape, 100%. All right, by the second or third day of training camp, he was walking in training camp like, I don't even know how I'm going to make it through this practice, let alone the next 7 days. All right, we was pushing our body to the limit, constantly pushing our body to the limit. All right, so the first 10 days, we do hard two-a-days. The next 5 days, maybe we'll go two-a-days, still in two-a-days, but we'll go plays in the morning, shooting in the morning, playing at night. Do that for about 5 days, and then we go into start exhibition games. We still go on two-a-days when we don't have a game, right? So two-a-days all the way through, maybe 3 or 4 days before the real games start, we'll start the two-a-days. But we pushed our body to the limit so much that when the season started, a back-to-back was nothing. It wasn't shit. It was like nothing. A 4 or 5 game day, 4 games in 5 days was nothing. Nothing. We didn't need the load management. To me, that's where this all starts, man. It all starts at training camp. All right, you can't walk into the season not in 100% shape and then expect to play 82 games. Mentally and physically it's tough, but physically you should be prepared to play 82 games as a professional athlete with 6. If you don't make the playoffs, you got 5-6 months off. You can't get your body ready to play 82 games. It doesn't make sense to me. This is where the disconnect is happening with the fans. Now, we talking about getting into the games. Let's go over a back-to-back game. All right, this is how we did back-to-back games. We'll play Denver on Tuesday, and we'll play Utah on Wednesday. So we play Denver, game's over. Ain't no private jets, we flying commercial. So we don't leave that night. We got to wake up the next day, 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, get on a plane, go all the way to Utah. Now, when I say get on the plane, there's no private plane. We're flying commercial. We go to the airport an hour and a half early. We sit there like everybody else. You get on the plane, and just imagine, I'm cool. I'm 5'11", I'm sitting in the seat, but imagine Sean Kemp, 6'10" on the airplane, sitting on a commercial airplane, seat like this for 3 hours. All right, not only that, you got a baby crying in the back, and you could smoke on the airplane. Yeah, you could smoke cigarettes on the airplane. So you got a lady 2 rows back on the left, chain smoking Pall Malls for 3 hours on the whole flight. You land, you wait for your bag like everybody else. You're sitting there at the carousel waiting for your bag, grab your bag, you get on the bus, and you go to the hotel. Get to the hotel maybe like 12:31, play the game that night. You playing the same day you traveling. That was a back-to-back. That was a 6 game in a 10-day road trip. That to me was how that's how different it was back then. Mentally and physically, we had to prepare ourselves so differently. We couldn't pull up to the PJ, to the private jet, in a Wraith and then just walk on the plane. We sitting in the airport, like I'm in Seattle, dudes throwing dice at the gate, wasted time playing cards at the gate, $10,000 on the floor, right at the gate. We had to do what everyone else did. You know what I mean? So to me, this load management is a serious problem, man. I give you an example. Me and my son, the Lakers was playing the Celtics. We thinking about, let's go to the game. All right, we're going to go to the game. About 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we find out Luka or LeBron is not playing that night. Now, I'm just a former player. I work in the front office. I do some stuff in the front office, so I can get tickets when I want, and I don't have to pay for them. But just imagine the people that saved up, 3, 4 weeks to take their kids to the game or their son or daughter to the game, and they show up at the game and they're not playing. That's a serious disconnect with the fans, and that's going to be a big, big problem. So to me, this whole load management, this starts way back in training camp. Okay? Yeah, people still got hurt back then. The people who got hurt were the people who came into training camp that wasn't in shape. Yeah, they pulled their hamstring, or they groin, or they hurt their calf or whatever. But listen, our calf felt like it was split in half during training camp. So when we got a little twing in our calf, it was nothing. We just played through it because we had pushed our body to the limit so far that that little injury, we knew what that was. We did that in training camp and we just played through it. Now it's like, oh man, I got a little tingly in my foot. I think I'm gonna sit out 2 weeks. What? That's what's going on now. To me, it's having a trainer putting you through drills and all summer or preseason workout. Nah, we was running up and down the court, scared to death for training camp. Scared to death because we knew we was gonna go in there 2 days, and even sometimes some coaches went 3 days until we had to go on strike and change the rules because that shit was crazy. But to me, it's just, man, listen, bro. All the disconnect with the fans it just keeps happening. With these injuries, it just keeps happening because to me, your body's not prepared. You're just not prepared to play 82 games, mentally or physically. So I'm just looking at it from the standpoint of a fan now. Like I'm pretty much disgusted with this. It's tough to watch. Going to a game and seeing Luka sitting on the sideline, LeBron missed the first 14 games of the season. Like, how can you miss? What are you doing? You know what I mean? How are you preparing yourself for this? So to me, that's a big major issue that the NBA is gonna have to figure out. But I just had to put my 2 cents in on how I feel about that. Yeah, it's back in the days, different. It was whatever. It worked though. It worked. And these athletes, yeah, they make way more money, but they're not preparing themselves. They're not preparing themselves to play this game the right way, to me. So in order for the NBA to really fix this problem, you're gonna have to do something. They try to change the rules. Now it's 65 games. You can't win any awards if you don't play at least 65 games. So what? You're making $40 million. I don't need no. I'm not gonna win MVP. All right, cool. I'm in the playoffs. I got a chance to win the MVP in the playoffs. You know what I mean? That's how they feel. So to me, let's get back to where everybody's prepared to play 82 games. Let's figure out how we can make this happen so that the fans are happy. Because this load management got to go, man. It got to go. It's such a bad look for the league. And as a former player, I'm disgusted. So I can't even imagine how the fans feel who haven't played or who pay their money to go see these players play. So let's fix that. That's where I'm at with it with the load management. And I'll be back, when I get some more action. But let's fix this load management, all right? Let's fix this, all right? That's my take on it. Let me know what you think. Subscribe. It's the Barros Report. Peace.